We are about to get into it. Thank you for tuning in. If that is what you are doing, I appreciate it very much. Bitcoin is currently priced at $70,564. We are excited about that. The current Bitcoin visualization that I have pulled up is bitlisten.com. We just missed the block go by, so that is always interesting. And there are sounds associated with all of these transactions, and you can select your instrument if you are interested. It's kind of fun. We are about to kick things off. Again, thank you for tuning in. Give a like, give a share. Tune in to my Substack. What are you guys doing? It's easy. It's free. That's it. That's all you got to do. Give me 2 minutes and 2 seconds. And I'm not actually taking 2 minutes and 2 seconds. And for the youngsters, if you don't know what 2 minutes and 2 seconds means, that is from Chuck Willery and a show called The Dating Game. And he used to say, we will be back in 2 and 2, 2 minutes and 2 seconds, because that's how long 2 commercials took back in the day when people actually watched TV. Okay, enough ranting. Well, no, we're just getting started with the ranting, but give me 1 sec. We're about to get going. Twiddle your thumbs. Share it, like it. Do the things that nice people do. Oh my goodness. I hope everybody is doing well. I am fired up today. Bitcoin has just crossed $70,000. That makes me super happy as we continue on our path toward $1 billion. It's happening slower than many of us anticipated, but we are just going to keep trudging along. Do you think it is going to continue to go sideways? Leave that in the comments. I will not read any of them. X has decided to go triple X as they give the green light for adult content on the timeline. I'm sure everybody is now going to, I don't know, maybe Pornhub views go down as X views go up. Is that the market they are going after? It is going to be interesting to watch this change. Or, this is even more interesting, are we going to see companies try and market using sexual content? Now that would be interesting. And I'm not talking about mother. I am not talking about mother. MOG coin, ticker sign MOG. It just got a green light and a spot listing on bybit. It is the number 2 exchange as far as volume goes. So this is good news for the moggers. DeLorean motor cars and MoonPay are announcing a collaboration, and soon you can pay with your face. Chaos to clarity, noise to narrative. It is Tuesday. It is June 4th, and it is time for some rare bits. Coffee horn. All right, here we go. Today, the Crypto Greed and Fear Index, it is coming in at a 73. We are flat from yesterday, but we will take it. NFT sentiment remains neutral. Top crypto search term for the normies is Notcoin, ticker sign NOT. It is up a whopping 214% on the 7-day. It has continued to make an appearance on this list. I hope you have been doing your research on the backstory for that coin, because in my view, it is by no means done. Top NFT search term for the normies is GameStop Wallet. Is this a precursor to something coming down the pike that we don't know about? I will do some research. If it turns into something, it will be in my Substack tomorrow. Solana NFT sales volume, ETH NFT sales volume, and Bitcoin NFT sales volume are all up, which is nice to see. We are going to get into those numbers shortly. In the crypto overall market, we have Bitcoin dominance. It's risen while the Ethereum dominance has fallen. Total crypto market cap is coming in at $2.6 trillion. It is down just a touch from yesterday. And before we get into some more news that caught my attention, we are going to get into the numbers for the nerds for you guys. And we are going to start off by looking at the heat map, and it is just beautiful today. And holy moly, I am just thrilled with what BNB is doing. If you've been listening to the podcast, we've been charting that since about just south of 300. So to see it continued to propel toward $1,000 is just absolutely amazing. Literally, the heat map looks absolutely beautiful. I am looking at the 1 day. I'm going to flip it over and look at the 1 hour, and it continues to stay green except for a couple of tokens. What are we talking about? At this moment in time, Bitcoin is trading at $70,473. Ethereum, $3,808. Do we see it hitting 4,000 in this upcoming week? BNB, 663. BNB. It is up 5% on the day, 10% on the week, 13% on the month, and 117% on the year. While that doesn't seem like a lot, BNB has dealt with an enormous amount of controversy, and they have just continued to push forward. If we compare FTX and what happened to Solana versus what CZ and Binance have had to deal with in association with their token, BNB is the clear winner at the moment. They are just cranking. And they are also the winner in market cap. It is above Solana, which is currently trading at $168. But Solana, it's up 656% on the year. And again, that is getting over that rocky road that Sam and FTX introduced into the ecosystem by being a complete shithead. Dogecoin, 0.16. Do we see that skyrocketing? Do we see it remaining steady? And here's the question, and this is always an interesting question. So this space is driven by attention, right? Dogecoin it's a huge attention getter. It was an easy pick last cycle. This cycle, do we see Pepe and its meme ability outplace Doge? Have the general public, has their meme ability to strive for better content graduated them to the introduction of Pepe? We will soon find out. It is going to be interesting to watch. As far as blockchains by NFT sales, we have Bitcoin leading the way, followed by Ethereum, Solana, Polygon, and Immutable. Blast has moved down to the number 7 position. BNB at 11. Anything else we want to touch on here? Not in particular, though I do want to touch on this. So as far as NFT sales volume and gaming, right? Arbitrum is currently down at number 17, while as far as token movement, they continue to be up in the top 3 or 4 as far as movement across the board, kind of in this meme coin culture. So we will touch on that in a minute as well. Looking at the Ethereum heat map for the NFT and art, it is interesting because we have no big movers. It looks like we have a lot of little movers. At the moment, the top left spot, aka pole position, is held by Azuki. They are trading for about 4.53 Ethereum. That is $16,514 if you are looking at your watch. When we are looking at the top 5 movers in the last 24 hours, we have Azuki, Mutant Ape Club, Pudgy Penguins, Bored Ape Yacht Club, and CryptoPunks rounding out the top 5. The only interesting thing I'm seeing is that CryptoPunks, their floor price is actually down about 4% on the 24, while everything else is in the green. Mutant Apes and Bored Apes continue kind of their rebounding climb upward. I like to see it. I am a fan of it. Top sales in the Ethereum ecosystem, it is ruled by the CryptoPunks. Then we have a slew of Bored Apes, and we have a Pudgy Penguin, number 1024, traded for 12.49 Ethereum. That is $47,000, ladies and gentlemen, for a penguin with a wizard hat and a beard. I love it. We are looking at the heat map for the Solana ecosystem. So this brings up some interesting points as well. One, we see a lot of red here. We see collections kind of rebounding, in my view, before they decide to bounce again. That is my hope. My fear is that, in my view, I think Solana has a bit of a rocky road ahead just for maybe the next month or two. I think there are some hurdles they need to get over in order to get that token just on that forward movement that they have not been able to tap into recently. And then when I compare that to the NFT collections, we see Mad Lads. They are currently trading at 59 salamis. They are down quite a bit. Is it a time to buy a Mad Lad? I'm thinking the same thing about Mutant Ape. Is it a time to buy a Mutant Ape? So These are just thoughts in my head. When we look at the top 5 movers on the Solana ecosystem, we have Mutant Mon, Mad Lads, Famous Fox Federation, and SMB Gen 2. So the volume on Mad Lads is up 234%, while the floor price has gone down 4.9%. Clearly, that's a sign of people exiting their position. And it could be also people trying to enter the ecosystem because the price has come down. The Mad Lads price is currently $10,100. So that's 60 salamis for $10,000. That is the only one I wanted to touch on. That's about the same price as the Mutant Apes at the moment. When we look at the top sales for the Solana ecosystem, it is just all Mad Lads across the board. Again, what does Mad Lads have coming down the pike that makes it interesting? What do Bored Apes have coming down the pike that make that collection interesting? I think I am looking at both of these as a possible purchase in the near future. And it's who's got what? You know, what is the better choice? Or do we go with something on Bitcoin? When we look at the top 5 movers, we have Bitcoin Puppets, Node Monkeys, Runestones, Frux, and Blob rounding out the top 5. What do we want to touch on? We have Runestones, 565 trades in the last 24 hours, but Frux have had 492 trades. There are 8 pending, 9 pending for Runestones. So the attention is on Runestones, though Frux are priced at $1,300 and Runestones are $1,200. If you had $1,300 or $1,200, what would you buy at the moment? Supposedly, Frux has some upcoming airdrops with a token. I know Runestone has some upcoming drops. Leave that in the comments. I will not read them. Looking at the top sales on the Bitcoin ecosystem, holy moly, we have a beautiful Quantum Cats at the top. A lot of Quantum Cat movement. That is interesting to see. Again, are people exiting the ecosystem or are people entering the ecosystem? What is the pressure? Is it buy pressure or sell pressure? I am not going to look into any of that. We're just putting numbers on the board so you guys can do some research on your own. Looking at the top 100 runes, aka the top 5 runes, we have Fihu, Dog Go to the Moon, Arsic, Genesis Rune, Pups World, and Bank of Nakamoto Dollar. Wow, everything is up. Doge or Dog Go to the Moon has cooled off just a touch, but it has been on fire the past couple days. Arsic, Pups, Bank, everything is up 39, 41%, and 12% respectively. Interesting to see this movement, and we love to see it. Chromie Squiggles back in the hot seat for the art corner. Just nice to see. What a beautiful 8 Ethereum sale that was 2 days ago. Super fat Chromie Squiggles. Really nice to see. This is attributes. It is steps between 200. It's a 3-height squiggle. Color direction is reversed with 14 segments and a 7-color spread. It is nice to see. We also have a Meridian by Matt DeLorean. Very nice piece. And then what else do we want to touch on? We had a nice Fidenza by Tyler Hobbs sell. We have Winds of Yawanawa sell by Rafik Anadol. Is it a good time to purchase some of these? These Rafik, and this is not a good looking. I'm not a fan of some of the Rafik stuff. The motion of it, I enjoy. The still images, not a huge fan. All right, let's get into some other SHIT. We have meme coin madness. It continues to just run rampant across everything. As far as volume goes, we have Pepe, Dog with Hat, Arbitrum, Floki, and Jasmy coin rounding out the top 5. Everything is in the red except Jasmy coin, which is up 8%. This people are getting in and out of this stuff. Is it still a good time to buy? Keep in mind, Pepe, it has hit a $5.86 billion market cap. That thing is not going to stop. Dog with Hat, $3.23 billion market cap. I remember that when this was south of $1, and it was just like watching this thing. It has just gone parabolic. Now, looking at just some of the skyrocketing movement in the last 24 hours, we had some new tokens launched. One is Toad, Groove, Trog, Bolt, Benji, Wolf, and Weirdo. You're a weirdo. Those are the top 5 or 6 on the just skyrocketing charts. We also had a bunch of losers, anything that we want to touch on. Pepe on base is down dramatically, down 50%. Roaring Kitty on Solana, AMC on Solana, GameStop, GME on base. Those are all down horribly. A lot of the times you have to keep in mind that these are plays that people make. They hear news, they launch a coin, they sucker a bunch of people in, and then the devs get out because they are smart. We have DeLorean getting back in the car game. I don't know if they ever left the car game, but they had enormous amount of troubles. I think actually probably the Back to the Future movie is what put them back on the radar and map and created some desirability in that ecosystem. But DeLorean has decided to partner with a blockchain platform, and they are going to be taking vehicle reservations for their upcoming models via NFTs. So I think this is awesome. Look for this coming in late 2024. We have an interesting play to earn Bitcoin. Did you hear that correctly? Yes, you did. Play to earn Bitcoin. It is a game called Crypto Blades. It allows the collecting of not only Bitcoin, but NFT characters, and you can get weapons, you can battle monsters and earn MF and tokens. That is what we like to earn, MF and tokens. Now, overall, it has been funny to watch the NFT market. I am a fan of the NFT market. I am a fan of digital art. I am a fan of what it is ushering in. Do I think we have all of the things ironed out? Absolutely not. Do I think it will ebb and flow? We are seeing it happen now. One of the interesting things has been just the rise and the fall into the flow of this ecosystem has been Bitcoin and ordinals and runes and all of these different protocols that are adding a different narrative to this blockchain. So it has been nice to see the Bitcoin sales regarding NFTs has risen to about $3.82 billion. That is pretty much since ordinals came out. So these are just absolutely staggering numbers that are really nice to see. So we have to support the ecosystem. Now, many of you may have gotten into this ecosystem from Dapper Labs and Top Shot. They are going through they have a microscope up their butt. So they are dealing with the SEC, and basically they decided to, AKA, settle out of court. We're going to pay this fine. And the idea was that it will let us move forward without admitting guilt for doing anything until the SEC and the United States government get things ironclad figured out and we know what the road is to move forward. Dapper Labs decided to just pay this fine and not push it. And yeah, they're going to walk away with, slap on the wrist. So we are basically looking at everybody is gearing up to fight another day. So that, in my view, is what the fine is about. So let them pay it. Let them shout it out. We will figure it out another day. Next up, this story caught my attention. So somebody in the Binance ecosystem lost an enormous amount of money, about $1 million. And supposedly there is a vulnerability in the Chrome web browser. Somebody was able to get in and pull cache information and piece things together and absolutely hack this guy's Binance account to the tune of $1 million plus. So there is some more information on this in my Substack if you are interested in figuring out what happened, how it happened. But it is worth just keeping safe in this ecosystem. And it's funny, when I was putting this story together for my Substack, I just did another double take. So you guys, this is not an advertisement, this is not sponsored, but everybody should take a moment, go to Amazon.com and get yourself a YubiKey. It is UBIKEY. It is one word. And it is a USB device that goes on your keychain. They have one that actually, it's USB on one side and then whatever your phone is on the other. So when you pull out your phone and want to do transactions, you actually have to plug this physical device in to confirm transactions. AKA, it is impossible to hack this type of system without having the physical key. Period. Yes, it is cumbersome and a bit of a pain in the ass, but you are never going to be the one, like I have, posting on the timeline saying, I just got hacked. What do I do? You feel like an idiot. You feel furious. All of the emotions that you can imagine having, you have them. And when it absolutely destroys your momentum financially and takes away your opportunity to progress, it is earth-shattering. The YubiKey is a way to avoid that. It is super simple. I am recommending everybody go get a YubiKey and stay safe. It is one of the best ways to do it that I have been able to come across. We have Bitcoin. It dipped to around 69.2, but just as we said at the beginning of the podcast, we are crossing the $70,000 mark. We anticipate just continued green skies ahead. It makes me really happy. Is it green skies? Is it blue skies? Whatever. I think things are going to be looking good. We have the crypto trading firm DWF Labs. They just invested $12 million into the Floki tokens, into that ecosystem. Again, this is one of these upcoming communities. There are games, NFTs, people on Telegram. It is a thick community. If you are interested, again, this is one of these tokens that I think is going to have a nice parabolic movement, especially in this upcoming narrative ecosystem. The new metaverse game that they are proposing is worth looking into, if just to see how far along they're coming on these different blockchains. So jump on my Substack, check that out if you are interested. We have, I just mentioned this kind of at the top of the show, and I just wanted to see, do I have the chart? No, I just have a stupid picture. So it's not even worth mentioning twice. Basically just commenting on the ETF inflow. We have hit $105 million influx as long-term holders begin to accumulate, meaning we are going to hodl because the price is about to go up. $15 billion in inflows. It is absolutely amazing to think it happened that quick. I don't think nothing else has happened. No ETF has ever produced results like that in history, period. We have Deutsche Bank. They have just decided to partner with Bitpanda to allow fiat deposits, withdrawals, which are going to enable people to bridge crypto and traditional banking. It is going to be a handshake that is going to make things much easier. Why does all of this stuff happen in Europe? When are we going to get into the sandbox with some of these forward-thinking countries? Joe Biden, when are you going to get your head out of your ass and think pro-crypto? It is absolutely ridiculous what you are about to do to this country. We have the Queen, the absolute crypto queen. So if you guys remember OneCoin, it came out quite a long time ago. It was an absolute scam. This was quite a while ago, but I believe that the BBC now has confirmed an investigation saying that she was murdered by her bodyguard. We are talking just a crazy story back in the day and a crazy amount of money that disappeared. She masterminded the whole thing. She had a huge presence in the crypto ecosystem for quite a while. So it is interesting seeing this story come around full head and come back and just end with not a good note. Next up, we have JP Morgan. They are getting on the digital bandwagon in more ways than one. They are going to introduce pay with your face. That's what I'm calling it. They are probably not going to use that term, but they are basically going to be using technology that allows you to pay for everything with your face and or palm scan. This is probably an offshoot of what your phone is already doing. So it's nice to see the ease of applications and user experience continue to evolve. And it also brings up an interesting question. We're getting into this area where we're going to be in the metaverse, whether it's AR or VR. We are getting into situations where you pay with biometrics. Are we going to arrive at a time where the cell phone doesn't become the tool that it currently is? In my view, yes. Are we going to have different ways to take phone calls? Already we have earbuds. Is there going to be another version of that where it'll be a phone implant that's always in and you can just turn it on to talk and turn it off to talk? You look at an address book and push a button and you're instantly connected. I don't know what it will be, but when we have the AR, VR stuff coming in, we're going to have an opportunity for your phone. Imagine setting your phone down on the table and you put on your AR or VR glasses and the phone takes a LiDAR, right? A roadmap of the room, and it becomes part of your augmented or virtual reality. So the phone will actually be needed to provide information to your glasses or goggles or whatever you are wearing. This phone can also be a giant hub for a lot of the electronics and communication stuff that currently makes goggles or glasses super heavy. Put the the brain in the phone and let us shoot the message to the glasses or goggles, making them even lighter. So just seeing the big companies and banking companies move into biometrics for a way to continue to make things easier for the user, it just started me going down a path that probably you are done listening about. So I will continue on to the next subject that caught my attention. Now we have the mastermind, right? We have just a legend. He is predicting Bitcoin is going to go to $150,000 before this bull cycle ends. Are you on board with him? Leave your thoughts in the comments. I will not read them. We have a coin that is making some dust. It is worth putting on your radar. Do some DYOR on this. It is called API3. It is a decentralized solution for APIs to directly deliver data to blockchain applications. So it basically is going to improve the overall security and reliability of data feeds. And when we look at this, I think this morning when I did my report at about 5:30 this morning, the token was currently priced at about $3.30. I think this is going to have some positive, possibly parabolic movement in the near future. So DYOR with API3, it is worth having a look at. And the secret sauce for today is meme coins unlock a world of possibility. Stay curious, go gamble. I mean, that's not very inspiring, but if you win it, you win it. So, still craving crypto clarity? Subscribe to my Substack today. Warning, rare bets may cause hodling.